Welcome viewers back to Phoenix Point. In this game we are playing as the Phoenix Point operatives in their journey to end the ravages of the Pandora virus and save what remains of the Earth. In last episode, the B team in the Inaccessible and the carrier here took a shot at the Pure in the Bionic Fortress, and while they did have success, we did lose the Bug and Espida that we had in the carrier here. Taking a look at what we have left, we have the Aphid aboard the Gift, and then we have Scooby and Cricket at Symes Memorial Base. So it may be time to go pick up Scooby and bring him back for the B team. Symes Memorial Base, where is it? Alright, so we have two people down here. Yeah, it's time to send these guys down there. Carrier first, but also the Inaccessible here. A bunch of people are wounded, so it might make sense to send them here. Yes, there's a hospital there and a place for them to rest. The other interesting news of late is that we turned on a base here, Phoenix-Alfa, and this base is infested, so we're going to have to send a team there to clear that out. So I believe that's what's next on the agenda here for the A team aboard the Scout. They're all ready to go. They're waiting for repairs on their Espida, Aphid. And then finally we have a third team cruising around now. The Tenuous is taking patrol duty here to try to take out any craft that this behemoth spits out. But we also have the Chariot. The Chariot is currently holding the members of our C team. We have 3 of those so far. There's a 4th that we inadvertently recruited down here in our old original base, Phoenix Point. The good news is they're getting training. They're getting trained down there. The bad news is that is really far away from anything useful at this point. So we're going to pick them up, hopefully recruit one more member. In fact, let's take a look and see if there's anybody ready to recruit yet. Unfortunately, it's just 2 heavies. And while heavies are nice, I tend to use them as scouts and can only really afford 1 per team. If I'm going to double up on things in a team, it's going to be either snipers or assault troops. Alright, so it looks like all the vehicles have something to do. I suppose we should be sending Tenuous around to trade. We are looking pretty good on our supplies. Could start thinking about trading tech for materials. In fact, that's what we've been doing recently. Right now there's no materials available in these nearby havens, so we'd have to go somewhere further away, like maybe up here. In fact, that is where we're going to send him. Let's just double check that, make sure there is something to pick up in one of these. No, these are the wrong icons. We want a base that doesn't have the materials icon on it, like this one. And also one that has something to trade. Is that true? No. We want one that doesn't have the tech icon on it. Okay, so if they have materials, it's fine. It's just we don't want the tech. So let's maybe head here. Not this one. Nope. Just not any good trading opportunities in Tenuous's range, it looks like. I guess we could send you up here. That will be worth it. In our manufacturing queue, we are manufacturing a Vidar grenade launcher, some more hibernation pods. The masked manicore is coming. It's still a day away, and we have some grenades we should finish soon. In fact, let's move the grenade up in the queue. I also want to throw, while I'm remembering it, a Gungnir Virophage sniper rifle. We did unlock some Virophage weapons a short time ago. And taking a look at the Gungnir, trying to remember what the other Virophage weapon we unlocked. I thought it was a... the Yggdrasil grenade was one, so we should make some of those, but I thought we also unlocked a Virophage assault rifle, and I'm not finding that, so maybe that hasn't happened and I just imagined it. I suppose I could go to research and check out Virophage research there. Maybe it'll tell us there. No, it was just the grenade. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw in a Virophage grenade. Also, those are Yggdrasil grenades. Hopefully down near the bottom somewhere. Nope. Clearly not understanding the organization of the equipment list here. I actually don't see it. Maybe there it is. Maybe I'll throw one of these in the queue, and we'll leave it here after the masked manicore. None of this stuff is that important. What's important is getting this ball rolling. Let's start with slow speed to make sure we know what we're doing. We're going to want to watch the progress of the gift here as we wait for repairs to this Espida. There is a vehicle base there, so we should be getting repairs. Let's speed that up a bit. There we are. As soon as these repairs go through, we should be good. Okay, down here, the whole point of sending the carrier down here was to put one of the two vehicles here. So we're going to decide B team, who just lost the bug. I'm thinking they're going to stick with Scooby for now. Bringing back Scooby. Scooby has a rocket launcher, which should help them do a phenomenal amount of damage to their enemies. So we'll go ahead and give them access to Scooby, and then think about their next mission. It would be nice to send them down here to Madagascar, but unfortunately, Inaccessible still doesn't have the range to reach this. Or even Phoenix Logistics B. It is Phoenix Logistics B where we're waiting for this satellite uplink to finish in another day. So the hope is once that finishes, it'll open a route through some sort of undiscovered area. So I suppose what their next mission is probably to head to this scavenging site, actually. So yeah, let's change your target there. Actually, rather than go directly to that scavenging site, I think I will save that. And I'm going to have you go and do some explorations. Let's send both of you there together. And back on the gift while we wait for Aphid to repair. While we're waiting, we did get the next Pandoran intelligence report. We are learning about a new Arthron shield bearer champion, who I feel like we've seen already. Species classification A beta E2. A subspecies of shield bearer evolved specifically to counter machine gun and shotgun damage. Reports indicate that a few of these have been enough to dispatch entire squads of soldiers equipped with standard and substandard weapons. If encountered, retreat is strongly recommended. Just heavily armored. I don't think we need to retreat from those. Triton marksman, armed with a Synedrian sniper rifle, an enhanced type of hitman that has evolved sound suppression and camouflage, making it difficult to spot on the battlefield. Its choice of Synedrian sniper rifle suggests that this is the Pandoran answer to infiltration specialists. Finally, a new type of Acheron, the Acheron Ackless Champion. Considered the most lethal specimen of Acheron, the creature is capable of releasing biochemicals that cause humans to get corrupted, go temporarily blind, or even become gooed to the ground. Uh-oh, we haven't run into goo yet. The specimen can mutate and transform corpses into Pandorans and also release corrosive substances in a large area, affecting everything within, to be killed from a distance. Indeed. Alright, so that was frightening, but not a lot of new information. I think we're about ready for that base assault. Let's wait for this final... There we go. Crew of the Gift are fully healed, plus we finished production of hibernation pods. This is Tenuous up here, who just arrived and is ready to trade. We're going to discard some tech for materials. That is interesting. The Behemoth still hasn't ejected a fighter craft that we can take on, so there's not much we can do to prevent the assault on that haven there. We will send you, Tenuous, to another site where you can exchange tech for materials. And then the Scout and the Gift head to Phoenix-Alfa, where we can take Phoenix-Alfa back. Alright, this is an exploration site. We're going to wait for the other vehicle to arrive before we start that. Hey, we finished vivisecting a Chiron. Vivisection, for those of you who don't know where, means dissecting while alive. Obviously an ethical procedure in all cases. The capabilities and behavior of this creature are so narrowly focused. We can only assume that some extraordinary intelligence is coordinating the mutation process. The Chiron originates from larger, more sophisticated gestation structures than those of the human-sized Pandoran mutations. Our speculation is that a very large, probably immobile organism sits at the heart of such structures. Very little language, we suspect it responds to some kind of signaling from more intelligent Pandorans. While multiple weapons tests on live specimens has given our operatives greater effectiveness against these mutants in the field, we now do 10% damage bonus to Chirons. Atmospheric analysis improvements have revealed overgrown sites, which may be more rewarding than anything we have encountered so far. This is good news. Check for new unexplored sites in the Geoscape display.
This mutog research the disciples are engaging in is deeply troubling. Fooling around with mutation is dangerous enough to begin with, but to not even have a proper way of controlling the creature you've created. How long before one of these creatures goes berserk? How long before there are unexpected consequences to their genetic composition? How long before a few of them get free and start breeding? Is the Exalted trying to fight the Pandorans or strengthen them?
So I guess that's just we triggered New Jericho getting even angrier at Anu for some reason. I think what we want to check there is our research to make sure nothing new. We're still waiting for Pandoran Citadel, and we need to capture some acid and fireworms. The rest of this tech is shared with New Jericho, so we are delaying that until we get further along with them. We did find a Pandoran spawnery the last time we were in a lair, so we're researching that next. And light sniper rifle, yeah, nothing in the research queue super interesting right now. So we will go ahead and continue. I like that a mist repeller seems to have come online here. Honestly, whoever's developed mist repellers early enough in this game for them to be widely deployed has my thanks. I'm sure that's an Adrian. Alright, this is a trade opportunity for more materials from tech. 50 for 300. Or 300 for 50. It is probably time to start outfitting our bases more. We do have a bunch of... what are these? Antediluvian mining sites that we need to go clear out soon. So that'll probably happen soon after we get our diplomatic missions resolved. Looks like we're about to lose Kasura to the behemoth. I'm not sure there's anything we can do about that. We do have some Synedrian sites here that we can trade food for tech. And materials for tech here is probably the next best thing to look at. Let's go there. And then unpause. Alright, exploration site. Peace of mind. The Inaccessible has landed at an unmarked and abandoned research base. Looks like this location was established in the last decade or so. The security fences are wrecked and the living areas have been picked clean, but there is a laboratory that appears to have been left alone. Inside, in addition to the regular equipment one might expect in a lab, there is an extremely large nitrogen freezer containing a complete Arthron, its head neatly cut open. The brain has been removed and hooked up to a makeshift device that resembles the offspring of a microwave oven and a satellite dish. It looks damaged. Alright, we can spend 25 tech here to figure out whatever research they were doing. We are sitting pretty well with tech, so I think I'm going to go ahead with that instead of just dismantling the lab. I just gave a research. Our operatives have fixed the device, probably. It's still not entirely clear what it does. Whoever built it was either a genius or a lunatic, possibly both. We now have access to many terabytes of fascinatingly incomprehensible data. It did improve our research, though. So that boosted our Pandoran spawnery research, so it only requires an hour to finish. These teams are going to move to the next nearest exploration site. And there's our Pandoran spawnery research. Although the exact method of mutation remains unknown, it has been confirmed that the spawnery is capable of producing more advanced Pandoran creatures. What we have learned is that the specimen determines the exact nature of the batch it breeds, creating the mutations best suited for its needs. At this point, it remains unknown whether the spawnery receives the biomass needed to create such vast amounts of mutations. Analysis of spawnery samples have revealed the presence of hundreds of strands of DNA, including human, though not all of them appear to be used in the creation of its progeny. Additional findings, field reports have confirmed that destroying a spawnery effectively renders the lair inoperable, causing the structure to be abandoned. We now do 20% bonus damage to spawneries. Fantastic. That also gave us new research. The Brocker AC3 standard issue Manticore autocannon is now available for research. Well, that sounds interesting. Why did the spawnery research give us the ability to research a autocannon? We haven't upgraded Manticore weapons since the very beginning. I think we're currently using New Jericho weapons on those, maybe? Synedrian. We're using Synedrian laser, but the original Phoenix air missile. I don't know enough about air-to-air weapons to know if this is worth researching. It's only 6 hours though, so we're going to do it. It'd be nice to get heavy cannons, but we'll get to those soon. Alright, we are approaching a base. We do have a trade. This is for tech, please. 8 for 2. Buying back some of the tech that we traded materials for. And it looks like here is probably next. Yeah. We'll do another 4 tech trade here. And I think we're going to arrive at a base. Clear out the infestation. Phoenix-Alfa. High enemy Pandoran threat level, corrupted area. Eliminate any Pandoran entities. We do have everybody here, it looks like. Let's go through the squad real quick and make sure they're all set up correctly. Sophia, it's been a while since we saw the A-team. Sophia actually has points to spend. We're going to bump her willpower up 1. Otherwise, it's looking pretty good. There is an extra grenade here that somebody might need. Jacob is wielding the Danch of AR. Sophia does not have a shield. We don't have any spare shield right now. That's okay. The Danch of AR and has 25 points to spend. We're also going to bump up your willpower 1. I'm also should be checking corruption. It looks like our corruption is pretty low for the most part, so I'm not too worried about it. Omar. Omar has plenty of ammo, plenty of things carried. We could consider substituting the missile launcher here for the blast res vest, but not going to do that. What I am going to do is give Omar a flame grenade. And bump up your willpower by 2 points, Omar. Oh, no, 1 point. And we're going to give you Rage Burst. Do you not have Rage Burst yet? There's also a +2 strength option here. I think what we do with you is continue to bump up your willpower. Never mind. I'm going to give you Rage Burst. We've been saving for that. Why did that bring us back to the start mission screen? I'm not sure. That's weird. Omar, I gave you Rage Burst. It refunded me your 17 points. We'll spend those. Let's go to Takeshi. Takeshi also has a flame grenade. We're going to give you the extra real grenade just in case here, Takeshi. You have 22 points to spend. It is time to make you a close quarters specialist. Get you a melee weapon. Unfortunately, we don't really have a way to make melee weapons yet, so kind of why we're holding off there. Thief does give you bonus stealth and +1 speed, so that could be useful. I think for now, willpower is the way to go, but your secondary skills are pretty nice. Alright, that was not the whole team. We also have Irina. Irina, are you aboard this ship? You are indeed. You only have 10 points, so nothing really great to spend on you. Your loadout seems fine. You are also carrying an incendiary grenade. I think you have enough ammo. Suddenly we do have an extra shield here. Let's actually put that extra shield on Sophia. The main use for shields, honestly, is just carry them around on the back and give me extra ammo. I don't usually leave enough time to deploy them. Alright, let's go ahead and deploy the squad here as is. We're going to... Actually, before we do that, let's consider curing you. Yes, we're going to cure Takeshi. 25 points to cure 3 is a good exchange. Everyone else is fine. We're going to deploy the squad. The objective here is to take back Phoenix-Alfa. And this is a good point for me to say, hey, hope you're enjoying the series. Click that like button. Consider subscribing. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Here we are in Phoenix Space. We start this mission by losing will points for some reason. Nothing visible, and this is vanilla, so we're going to start it out here. The enemy is going to start in the base somewhere. Let's scatter and see if we can take up some good positions. Generally, a good position is up here. Can we jump up there? Yeah.
Watch this.
Alright, nothing visible still. 65% key structures protected, so they could break the base and cost us the mission that way, so we are going to have to run in there. The Aphid's a good scout. Let's send you in and see what we're dealing with. Since this is the first base defense mission we've had in this game, I'm not sure what the difficulty will be at. Will it be a bunch of Tritons and Arthrons, or are there going to be some serious enemies here to contend with? I have no idea. It's also possible there's creatures hiding over here, so let's get someone over that direction just to scout it. It's doubtful, but I guess she's fast. Yeah, it looks pretty clear over there. I suspect they'll come down this way, but we aren't seeing any with the aphids, so we also have a side tunnel over here that could be hiding in. Let's go check that side tunnel. Nothing there.
Let's go.
Like that Sophia's shield is red. Not sure how that happened.
I'm on the move.
Okay, first turn seemed to be pretty uneventful. Omar, why don't you hop down and keep up. Alright, nothing visible. We heard something, but we're not getting any sightings on anything. Oh my god, there is an Akron here, unexpectedly huge. Good news is I don't think they can call reinforcements in a base defense. I don't think there's any place for reinforcements to arrive from. And then over here, it looks like some Tritons or Arthrons are smashing our base's equipment. Gonna have to put a stop to that. There's a mine fragger visible. Just one. Okay, Takeshi, you're gonna have to sprint to catch up. And it doesn't look like the Aspida is going to be very useful this turn. Other than attracting attention, I guess. Alright, can we... How hard is it going to be to get upstairs? This stair here gets us in there, so Sophia's going to run for that. I think she's going to run over here and set up Overwatch. That's really all we can do right now. Shoot things coming in the doors.
Nothing's getting past me.
Takeshi, we'll get back to you.
Ready, willing, and able.
Irina, you need 2 points for an Overwatch, so yeah, let's set you here. And we're gonna make sure your Overwatch covers the upstairs.
Area covered.
Omar, you're just rushing forward to hopefully support us next turn. Where does this stair here go? Nowhere? Yeah, let's get you around the edge. And Jacob, we could use you further in.
Let's go.
Alright, Takeshi, we're going to use some will points and have you dash just because you're so far away.
No time to lose. Pushing on.
Maybe slight waste of will, but at least it
Moving out.
gets you into the combat sooner. And Jacob, hang tight there. Aphid, I suppose you could block that doorway. I'm not sure that's going to be useful. Maybe block this doorway. they finished some damage up there. Acheron is trying to call reinforcements. I'm not sure that does anything. Okay, general shotgun blast probably didn't hurt it too much. That looks like a goo ball on the aphid. Uh-oh. 3 turns of goo. Guess we're gonna have to chase the Acheron around without the aphid helping us. Hopefully if reinforcements aren't working, we can get upstairs and take care of those things. There's a Scourge with a machine gun. That's dangerous. Alright. Jacob could get here and take a single shot on the Scourge. Probably, a single shot's probably not enough to kill it. A double dash to get closer. I guess a single dash, single move. Oof, second move is not very far. Second dash would be really nice though. Of course, that does put you in a really vulnerable position if you don't kill it. Alright, I shouldn't have worried. Okay, Takeshi I think is going to keep pace with Jacob. Probably just stand out in the middle of the room, why not? And then Sophia and Omar, I think, need to get upstairs. So that means... what? How do we do this safely with a known mind bug? Let's hop here, and we will have you overwatch that direction.
Area covered.
And then Omar, you can actually get upstairs here probably with a jump. Nope. Guess you're just going to run to the foot of the ladder there.
Going in.
Finally, Irina, take a step forward. There's no need to hug the wall. Actually, take a few steps forward.
I'm on the move.
And let's see. Let's put your overwatch on the doorway upstairs. Aphid cannot move for 3 turns. Great. Alright, that's the end of this turn then. It's a siren. Psychic sirens have the ability to mind control units with low will points. Disable their head to remove mind control. Okay, unexpected siren.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping for something minor. And she mind controlled Sophia. That is very bad sign. Hopefully we can get in there and shoot its head before Sophia does devastating damage to our nearby operatives. That appears to be an Arthron with a shield. I'm hoping that those reinforcement calls are not having any effect. And oof, acid on the aphid. Alright, let's deal with this right away. Unfortunately, it's going to take more than a turn to get up to where we can fight that thing. Oof. It's a good chance we're going to lose the aphid to Sophia here.
I'm
Right.
repositioning.
Let's get you upstairs. How's the mind control work? 2 turns. Mind control 2. Cost of will points per turn to the controller. I wonder what the 2 means. Does that mean for 2 more turns, or it's costing 2 will points per turn? Do we have a way to... Yes, we can work right here. That will drain will, right? No, it's action points. Oh well, that'll do. Okay, we drained action points on both of these. Action points are reduced to 2. That's still enough to shoot us with a shotgun. Still enough to run.
Ready.
Let's get Irina far enough away where that isn't a serious threat. She doesn't want to shoot Sophia either, so I think we're pulling Irina around the corner.
There.
Oof. She has a bead on a mine fragger. And she takes it. Probably at threat of her own life from Sophia, unfortunately. We'll see. Jacob should be able to do some serious damage to this thing. Okay, the Husk has 20 armor. His weapon does eventually break armor, but I think we're smarter to shoot this in the legs or the torso. Doesn't look like torso will take it out this turn, but let's try a leg. Okay, not quite enough. And not quite enough to do anything else, so we'll hop back around the corner.
I'm ready.
And let Takeshi have a shot. Same area. Got a leg down, 20 bleed. Both of you are out for now. Omar, you're not doing anything. Is everybody done? Everybody's done. Let's see how badly this hurts from Sophia. Luckily, she did get a war cry on her. Siren has enough actions to come out and swing at us. Ooh. Double mind control. Okay, that was unexpected. I did not think it would have enough will points to mind control them both. That's a little bit terrifying. Seems like it's doing acid damage to nothing there. Ouch. Alright, that's what we were afraid of from Sophia. That was probably all she could do because of the war cry. And she's no longer mind controlled, I hope. Let's take a look and see if we can get information about this Siren's willpower. It's got 8 left, so oof, yeah, that's bad. No, these are both mind controlled, so it's losing 4 per turn. If we can get our operatives around the corner, we'll probably be okay.
Preparing to fire.
Meanwhile, we should be able to take this thing out. If we can hit it.
Still on target.
Did take the torso out. Unfortunately, Jacob is only going to get 1 shot here. Alright, we've got it bleeding 40 with 348 plus 25 acid. Oh, 45 acid. So, its armor? Yeah, armor is going down. But it has a lot of hit points left. We're not taking that out anytime soon. Irina is just going to run around the corner so as to get away from friend here. Sophia is really going to be able to lay into everybody this turn. Probably going to take on the Aspida. Yeah, let's get you out of harm's way if we can. And I think that's all we can do for now. This is a really terrible situation. Lost sight of both of our operatives, and the Hellion is coming down to attack the Aspida, which is finally free of the goo. But unfortunately, the Siren moved to a place where Speeda is not going to be able to do anything about it. Meanwhile, our base is being destroyed by these chuckleheads. Omar can point blank into the aphid, disabling its thruster, doing a ridiculous amount of damage. Oof. Yep, looks like we're going to lose another Speeda. Okay, what can we do out here? They're still mind controlled. Speeda can get away, but it's definitely going down next turn. Might be able to get it to the escape.
Aiming.
Here we might be able to take a pincher out. Probably worth shooting at it.
Ready to engage.
There we go. Probably still has a spitterhead. Yes. And 80 hit points left. Could throw a grenade here. That might just end up interfering with our own people. For some reason, Jacob can't see anything from this position, which is annoying. If he moves forward, I'm afraid he's going to become a target from everybody else, so I think we're just going to move him across the way here.
Moving to position.
Which means he only gets one shot. We might be able to take this thing out, though, because its armor is so low. Yeah, I think we may have gotten it. That is... might die. 75, depending on how much armor it has left on the acid spots. We are in danger from that spitterhead, though, so hopefully Irina can take care of that for us.
Moving to position.
Good work. Jacob, I want you to run behind cover again.
Moving now.
Irina's kind of our most out in the open person right now. Actually, probably the aphid. Looks like we're very likely to lose the aphid. Here goes. Alright, the Acheron survived, unfortunately. Oh, and the enemy did nothing, and we got our Phoenix forces back, although... Oh, and they are fully back. Alright. We can get here and do a rage burst on that thing.
On my way.
I think that's a decent thing to do. Rage burst with the Deceptor MG. Not sure why we're using Deceptor on this guy. Probably should have thought of that before. It is virus weapon though, so do some virus damage. Unfortunately, a very bad camera angle there. Not sure what happened. I think we killed it. Wow, okay. Turns out that was a good move.
Receiving.
Okay, the good news is neither of these two really took any damage from being mind controlled. They did almost break the Aspida, but I think they're okay. I think the only real threat left is back here, and we're gonna send Sophia up there to deal with that. She has plenty of will to just go run in there and see what it is. Maybe we will see what it is next turn. She needs 2 points to Overwatch. If she moves to here, she can Overwatch down that direction. It's probably a Triton. No, I think we know that it's an Arthron, don't we? Oof, actually we ran out of Overwatch points there, so you're just gonna hide.
Moving to coordinates.
Probably deploy your shield, or not, since I blew that, as usual. Everybody else here, we have an Akron that is definitely dying next turn, so we're going to ignore that. We can send you up these stairs. So why don't we get you to the bottom of the stairs? That will at least prevent it from coming down, I believe. And yeah, let's send everybody there to line up. And we'll have Irina, you know, you might as well take a shot at that Acheron. Just for the practice of it, right?
Ready to fire.
Just in case. Somebody's got to clean up the trash. That appears to have succeeded the mission. Cleaning out the infestation, great. Didn't have to deal with that last one. Everyone got a good set of skill points. We didn't lose the aphid after all, although that was mighty close. And 4 skill points out of the pool. We also cleared out Phoenix-Alfa, which means we have a new base to outfit and bring up to speed. And hopefully that will get us a route to the diplomacy missions that we can't reach. No items recovered. Forces have successfully eliminated the Pandoran intruders, and the base is now operational. You've brought an abandoned Phoenix base back online. Repair the damaged facilities to make it fully operational. We're also going to go ahead and replenish everyone. For some reason, the Zeus grenades are still on our replenish list. So I guess until we replenish those, they're just going to be there. It's kind of frustrating. Let's see what happens if we ignore them. Maybe they'll go away next time. This is Phoenix-Alfa. We will repair the energy generator. We also definitely need a satellite uplink here. And we will repair the vehicle bay. And we might as well repair the living quarters. Otherwise, I think it seems pretty good. Once that vehicle bay is repaired, we should start repairing. Oh, you know what we could add also is a medical bay, but oof, yeah, I'm thinking that's a little too expensive. Especially for a base out here in the mist. If we do want to get these guys some medical attention, I think we'd have to go back here, yeah. That's not too far. Honestly, there's no reason to keep them here, except to recuperate the aphid. Aphid is badly damaged enough that I don't think it would be wise to try to do either of these missions with it. So I think what we should do is send them back to Phoenix Avionics. Send everybody back there to repair the aphid. While that's repairing, we can finish up some exploration, but now we have a good route to these other missions, although this one is still a little too far away. Second initiation is the Anu diplomacy mission, so we would like to finish that, but that's not going to be available until we get satellite uplink here, I imagine. Which we will have to do. How far did we get on the quest to pick up someone in the chariot here. We're almost there. Okay. So C team has almost picked up their 4th team member. And Mass Manticore is almost finished building. We did get Pandoran goo research available. Hopefully that'll give us a way to eliminate the goo if we research that. So we'll put that in queue after the Brocker AC3. Otherwise, I think that about wraps it up for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you are enjoying this series as much as I'm playing it. If so, please leave a like or comment, or consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Until next time, this has been Corknut playing Phoenix Point. See you next time. Bye-bye.